Hello everyone! At the 6.5 TTI, we are done terraforming this planet. I also purified everything, meaning we should unlock the Sentinel Corp ending once we do this. However, there's two other endings. There is a EternAstra, as well as Dassetex. Each of these you can unlock by completing orders for them. You need either 25 of the Pristine Purifying Balm, or the Toxic Artillery shell packs. The funny thing is if you do the math, they originally wanted 200 items of each. But once you do the pack, you can buy 9 of them and they want 25. But I mean, 9 times 25 is 225, so they're kind of scamming you. But hey, what else is new, I guess, in the Planet Crafter world? But the ending should be good, because for one, we should get a year's worth of free Astra or EternAstra. Or EternAstra, I've been saying it wrong the entire time. Anyway, we should get free products. For the other one, we're invited to a fair. And there we go. 100% terraformation has now been completed. We're just gonna have to wait a second on the email from Sentinel Corp. At least I imagine they're still sending something, right? We're not even getting a thank you letter for completing this. Oh well, whatever, I guess. If they're gonna be doing us like that, we are leaving the planet. I don't care. Let's leave without completing any business partnership. And let's see what happens. So, this first bit, it's all gonna be the same. It's just gonna be us launching. Congratulations, you successfully terraformed a toxic planet. As you did not complete any business partnership, your criminal record will stay the same. Wow. We do hope that terraforming this planet changed you for the better, and that you now understand how something toxic can become something pure and enjoyable. This particular planet was important to us, as it was part of our history. We are glad that you cleaned it up, Sentinel Corp. Yeah, so this planet seemed to be where Sentinel Corp really got into the whole Planet Crafter business, right? So I guess that was the regular Sentinel Corp ending. But now let's go gather up some of the items. I think I'm gonna go for the Purifying Balms. I wanna get those 1-year goodies, man. So we dumped them in the container, and that should unlock it right here. Leave the planet by completing the EternAstra business partnership. Here we are, blessed enough again. As I said, this part is gonna be the exact same the entire time. It's just a little, I guess, slideshow you see at the end that's different. Thank you for working with EternAstra. Together we provide pure medicine to the whole universe. Ah, so that's what they were doing. I was hoping we would learn a bit more about the companies we were partnering with. We turned a toxic planet into a new hope for unwell people. Hope is the most important thing there is. It gives us a reason to fight for our future. What do you mean we did it? I did all the work, man. The EternAstra family was happy to work with you, and wish you a pleasant life. This is kind of an ominous thing to show when saying that, man. I was actually wondering if that was still around, because we purified the entire planet and terraformation is done. We might go look at that after all these cutscenes. If you can call them cutscenes, I suppose that is. I'm taking out the bomb packs, putting them back in here. That is the neat thing, you do actually get all the items back. Not that they're any use, to be fair. Also, where were our, years worth of supplies, man? I feel scammed. Let's hope we actually go to the fair for this guy. So let's leave the planet by completing the Dassetex business partnership. Something I've noticed is there's no ship picking us up this time. Like in the other endings, for Prime as well as Humble, you would have ships or portals or something. Thank you for working with Dassetex. You are required to keep this business partnership secret. Our technologies provide protection for everyone across the universe, as hope can grow without a good defense strategy. Peace is but a fragile illusion. The price of security is eternal vigilance. Because of you, the universe is now a more secure place. I'm pretty sure that this is also the company that was hired to guard the prison that was on this planet. Or at least I would imagine so, right? Unless they're literally just arms dealers, basically. Hey, those were all the endings for Planet Crafter's DLC, Toxicity. So let's quickly look at that, giant spore thing that is at the center of the planet. just because I'm wondering what happened to it. Because you would think it's gone by now. However, I imagine, yeah, nothing really changed here. We also cannot interact with it still. Also, I thought a bit more about it, and you know the resistance group? And some of them survived and ran away according to the guards? I'm guessing that they either became the warden-loving people, and they must have probably ended up here as well, which pretty messed up. It's about time that we can now head back to Prime. I did set up a couple things in the meantime while I was waiting for the TI. If you remember, back before we left for Toxicity, I set up the entire supply line back on Prime to deliver certain items that we require for the rocket. Well, we got so many items laying about on this planet that I was able to just craft all these easily. And it seems like they're all filled, which is nice. I mean, they better. I've been here for who knows how long. I also made a little collection of energy multiplier fuses, and that plus the fuses is all we need for these rockets to go back home. Then I also set up a locker. This is all the stuff, plus this, that I want to take back to Prime. This is mainly for the museum. I mean, I guess so is all this, basically. But let's take it all back. I'll probably come back to this planet and set up a interplanetary transport depot for things like tungsten, goo, spores, stuff like that. Alright, let's head back to Prime. And we're blasting off again. Gotta say though, after all that, a no thank you message from Sentinel Corp feels kinda weird. It feels good being back here. Back at the museum. I still don't understand that after all these updates, why this can never stick to black. All my lights are always green for some reason. But it's time for a new part of the museum. Right next to Humble, we're gonna build Toxicity. I'm not gonna do that right now. This is gonna take a monumental amount of work to get all finished and written down. It's not just this part of the room, it's displaying some of the other things as well. And I was also thinking of making a purification room, specifically going over the process. And I want to do the same thing for the cold biomes as well as ocean biomes or planets. Then of course I still need to make the dress-up room and, well, there's loads to be done. But for right now, I'm gonna give you a little fun tidbit. Toxicity used to be the code name and not the actual release name. But I guess they changed that in the end. Probably because all the promotional material back at the time already stated that Toxicity was the next DLC. And it was probably easier just to keep the name. I don't know how much I showed you of this, but I also made a bottom section here. It goes over the moons. Like what their specific resources are, what we did in them, some special info on how to unlock it in this case, because this was Aqualus. Also, if it had any lore and who it's owned by. And then I did the same for Selenia. Has less info, I suppose, because it's just a regular moon. And then Humble, which looks pretty snazzy. Yeah, I'm gonna go get to work, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.